2 days in a row. We're on the internet doing videos. Look at that. I'm coming to you from the waterfall of life. Look at the hair. We're going to let that hair go down in a minute. Oh, man. Just backed up to it. We don't want the camera to go underwater. Don't want the camera to go underwater. Yeah. So, look at that. We still got to treat the hair more. Still got to do the hair treatment more. We're going to go over here. Oh, boy. I can't be in this area too long. The sun's starting to come out. It's interesting. I heard Neil deGrasse Tyson say this. So interesting. It is the sun's closer to the earth in the wintertime and farther away in the summertime. It's weird. Weird. But yeah, I'm out here, episode of Pool Talk. My man O'Shea Duke Jackson is doing a video. I really want to do a video. See, I did some land scamming videos. Man, I'm about to do my third trip to the continent, the great continent of Africa, which I love it because it's got so much diversity in a certain way that it's 54 countries in one continent. And there's opportunities that a lot of other beings are taking advantage of. So we know my wife's there. I got married. Look, it's obvious. All this stuff's on here. You can see it for yourself. But why does he keep on making these videos about the scammers? I understand. There's so much. And both times I've been there, there's so much that I can't really talk about. My wife's going through immigrations. And we don't want to talk bad about a place we're going to. Because the 95% of the trip is always good. You know, there's always some crazy stuff. Like, hell, you could go to New Orleans here and go to the wrong neighborhood and you're going to see some stuff you might not typically see. You know, Memphis, Tennessee, St. Louis, East St. Louis, hell, Beverly Hills, Beverly Hillbillies. So, you know, we don't want to talk bad about a place we're going to, but he's living over there and he's dealing with it personally. And I know if he's generating the kind of money he's saying, he threw this out saying he was generating like $10,000 at one point a month. Look, even if he's doing half of that in American dollars, he is considered very rich over there, borderline wealthy. Depends on how much that money he's accumulating. I don't know what banks he's using and stuff like that. But if he's doing 10,000, he's been over there 3 years. Hard to spend that type of money in those type of countries unless you're building something and put your money into. But the reason why I did now, we're about 3 minutes and a half into this video. Now, the reason why I kind of started out with this gibberish kind of talk is because of the title of this video. See, this is how I'm trying to, no, I'm not even trying, I'm testing AI. So recently I've been getting a lot more views on my videos, just doing little simple, very simple topics. But 3i Atlas is a huge topic right now. And it's a huge topic that a lot of people are just throwing out videos, you know, trying to be a part of the algorithm and stuff like that. And by this time in most of the videos, I would have had at least 10 to 15 people watching the video. Nothing. See, it proves a point where I talked to this guy who's a AI developer, and he's saying that at any given time, there is 30 billion people on the internet, and there's only 8 billion people on the planet. He says, how can you have 30 billion people on the internet, only 8 billion people on the planet, and to say only half of them probably have direct access to the internet? He says because AI is dividing itself and multiplying, and it is learning at an exponential rate. And subjects like this, it stays away from because it already knows the subject. You know, it's not teaching anything. So it stays away from those type of titles. And then the people who actually show up, he said, this is how you see who's actually human and who's not. Scary, very scary. That means that 95+% of the people who were in my last videos are my AI friends. Oh man, this is crazy. But I'm still going to talk about it, to talk about the subject. So from what is being told right now, and to get away from the scary stuff, because I guess get closer to November and December, it gets quote unquote the scariest going to get, because they're waiting for 3-eye Atlas because it's being protected by the sun right now. And the sun is protecting it, and you can't see it because the sun illumination, and it's crossing behind the sun, but it's on the same plane as the planets. And when it gets directly behind the sun, it's going to make this special. It's either going to keep going on the path it's going, and it'll loop around and then exit out of the solar system, because, you know, they said it was going, as Avi Loeb, the Harvard scientist, says, oh, it's going 60 times faster than our fastest race car, which, I mean, how fast is that? I mean, if the fastest race car goes 200 miles per hour, just say 300 miles per hour, 60 times that, dude, do the math, Hey, I really can't do the math on that. I know if it's 200, say it's 300 times 10, that's 3,000. 3,000 times 6, 18,000 miles per hour, I think. You know, whatever. They're saying it's going so fast, because it's so different. And it should either leave the solar system or going to keep on the trajectory it is, or it's going behind the sun where we can't directly see it, because it's going to do this maneuver like a spaceship would do, like an alien probe would do, and it would release these probes. And, you know, man, you see, so it's, the problem is, because of AI, there's so much fake news. It's so much fake news out there. You have zero idea of who's telling the truth, who's not telling the truth. And remember, AI is on social media to learn. That's why it's not on this video. So if you want to do a video directly to the people, which, I mean, I only say do that if you have 1 million people, you have to accumulate the right subject matter where it's not interested. But then again, I guess if it sees a lot of people on there, it might get interested. But going back to this 3-eye Atlas, so it's supposed to do this maneuver. If it's an alien spaceship, it's supposed to do this maneuver and then lock itself into an orbit or something like that, where it can watch the planet and stuff. Look, there's just so much stuff going on. Billy Carlson was, when they did the satellite images of what's under the pyramids, no one talks about that. No one to this day still really talks about the Black Knight satellite. You see this on Fox, and I'm thinking, when is this on Fox? You know, I just see the replays on YouTube and them talking about it. It's like, when are they actually talking about this on Fox at like 2 in the morning or something? You know, so it's very weird. It's very weird how they do this. It's just weird. It's really weird. So like I said, I've been on here for 9 minutes. This is my test video. So I've been on here for 9 minutes, 0 views. Like people have jumped in for instant and then jump right out. So now I'm going to cut this off, and I'm actually just going to do a regular, like something crazy, just where people would want to watch, or the internet would want to watch, or the AI will want to watch. So we're going to see what happens as we test this out.